Very cool, very cool. Very neutral response, I think. It was good for both sides. Talking about the community, you are the first person also, fun fact, that have a sub button. So do you want to talk us through the process there? Like, how many times did you try? Because I think a lot of people when go into channels, I see all the time, oh, I've tried so many times, or there's streamers that have a lot more viewers than you, blah blah blah, and don't have a sub button. Is it was there a process? Is there a way that you can kind of give us a path of how you did it and what was done?
Okay, so I don't want this to sound cocky, but I did only apply once to a sub button, so I definitely don't know how it feels to, keep applying, 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 and getting rejected. But I guess you should know that the worst thing that they could say was no. And the best thing that could happen is you can try again. Like, you can keep trying. I feel like when I applied for a sub button, like, I was streaming all the time. I streamed for like 8 or 9 hours plus every day. Like, I was always on, I was always like talking with my chat, like we were always like having a good time. When I applied for it, you apply for a partnership first, as you guys know. So the partnership gives you the ads and I don't know exactly what else it gives you. I think it gives you something to do with the source button. I know that comes before you get your partnership. I thought it was based on just the amount of views that you normally get, but I think there's maybe an upgrade to that. I'm not sure.
I think it's
Um,
transcoding. It's to set the quality high, medium, low, or whatever they use.
yeah, maybe. But anyways, when I got my sub button, I think I had about 3,000 followers, which I know right now is like it's not gonna happen. Like, well, I mean, it could happen. You could get your sub button, but for a lot of people, it's not gonna cut it. But like I said, like I was streaming every day. I think that the thing that they look at is your Twitch stats. I think if you type in your username twitch.tv, say me/oxygen/stats, I think you can see they like the returning viewers. So I guess like the followers, like the people that return to your stream. And I don't know. When I applied, I just said, like I love to stream RuneScape. I love to keep positive attitude. I like to keep my stream clean, free of drama. I really like supporting like positive energy. Um, and I also use like I guess because the RuneScape community is pretty small, they would go into other RuneScape streams and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this Oxygen girl? Do you think that she deserves the sub button?" And people would be like, "Oh yeah, she's great." And I actually had a chance to talk to Anil as well, and I asked him about the sub button himself, which I'm sure a lot of people do, and I'm sure it's probably really uh, his inbox is probably very full of questions like that. But yeah, I guess I maybe I was just in the right place at the right time sometimes. But I applied and I was so excited when I read my email because after you get the partnership you can apply for the sub button. So it takes I think about 2 weeks to get your partnership response, and then once you apply for that, the sub button response is much quicker.
Hmm.
And so I was at work one night and I was just checking my email or whatever, and I look at it and it says like sub button request accepted. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, and I'm like freaking out and I'm like looking around to like tell somebody, but nobody at my work knows I stream because if you tell someone at like in person that you stream online, they're gonna think, whoa, cam girl, like I'm just, oh my gosh, and I'm like texting all my friends like, oh my gosh, like jumping around excited by myself, and then a customer would come up, oh hello, how are you today? But yeah, it was fun. But I guess like just in terms of advice, sorry, I guess I kind of got off topic there. But in terms of advice, I think just keep streaming, keep going, keep applying, keep networking. Networking is really big. I know there's somewhere on there on the application, or at least there used to be, where you can put a name of somebody that I guess has a sub button that can give you a good reference. Um, I had another thing in mind, but left the station.
No,
um,
fair enough.
yeah.
So consistency always. Do you think that you need to really put in like time? Because a lot of people they could be consistent, they could stream for like 2 hours, but do you think that's enough, or do you think that you at least have to kind of take it as a job, almost like putting in 6 or 8 hours at a time, or do you?
Um, well, I would hate to. I mean, I know that Twitch is a job for a lot of people, but I would hate to look at it like that. Like, it really should be something that you enjoy because it could take a very long time for you to get a sub button. It took me probably a year, over a year of streaming. Like I said, like 8 hour days a lot of the time. I mean, I still had school, but I would stream as much as I possibly could, and I hate my memory I'm just dropping what I'm going to say. But yeah, I would stream a lot. Um,
Just
yeah.
a, just after work, when you had time, it would just be like you would
hmm
do stream after you do your homework, of course, because school's very important. Uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Don't treat it like, I guess, like a job. Like treat it like you enjoy it, like you want to go stream, because I mean, you have to have some motivation, I think, and I think the motivation can't be the sub button. But I mean, on the back of your mind, obviously it is. But I think you should have something else that you really want to work to. Like set your goals on your stream. Like today, I want to get, I want to, or my next goal I want to reach for is 500 followers, or 1,000 followers, or 2,000 followers, things like that. Like over time, those are like smaller goals that build up, and like
mhm.
they'll kind of they'll help you out a bit. But yeah, definitely just treat Twitch like something you enjoy. And I also had the benefit of streaming a game that had a lot less people streaming it. And like I said, I kind of stood out because I was there wasn't as many girls streaming it at the time. So you just, yeah, just keep trying, and just I mean, if you want to stream League, which is there's tons of people streaming League at the time, I guess you just need to keep in mind that there are so many people streaming League, and it takes a really long time for someone to find your stream. And I completely understand if you've been streaming for 5 hours and there's only been two people that said hi in the chat, but by the time you looked at it, they got bored and they left. Like it's really hard to start streaming. I feel like the beginning is the hardest, and I think like if you grab like a bunch of your friends, like play some games, have them just sit in the stream, give you a little boost, get some support out there, like it will help a lot. And just have fun, like just do it for when you want to do it. Like don't I mean I know a lot of people like setting a schedule, but I feel like if you set a schedule and you're like, oh, yesterday I got like two viewers, and or I only got 10 viewers, or whatever it is, and oh, I just don't want to stream today. Just don't stream. Just take the day off, because sometimes you take the day off and you're like, you know what? Or take 2 days off or 3 days off. You know what? I really miss streaming. I really miss those three people that came to my chat today that really like, they just made me feel like, yay, they're happy I'm here. They want to talk. They want to play some games. Like let's be excited.
That's very good. Very good advice. I agree. I think I would always spam my channel to like my internet friends, especially my WoW buddies. I was like, I'm streaming, and I was like, okay, I got 2 views. Wait, that's my friend. But who cares? I'm playing video games, having fun with it, just
Yeah.
doing it one way or another. But talking about jobs, since you have a sub button, do you see Twitch as a career? I know you work outside of Twitch, but did you ever think of the possibility, oh, I could use this as a job? This is something that is my future, or you're just like, no, Twitch is. I'm glad I have the sub button, but it's not something I would ever put 110 effort into as like a job.
I mean, I would love to. I would love to stream full time. Like, I feel like it would be really awesome, because I'm that kind of person that I don't know when I'm gonna wake up and I want to sleep in. I want to sit around for an hour or two. And if you're working, 9 to 5 or whatever it is, you have to get up, gotta shower, gotta go to work, like do the same thing. Like Twitch is really fun. Like if you guys, I guess, want to get into Twitch, you just got to remember that it's a job that comes in time. It's not gonna start at minimum wage, and you're not gonna get paid a lot. Like obviously, you start getting paid nothing. Like I feel like even now, like I don't think right now I'm at the point where I can make it a full-time job, but definitely in the future, if that opportunity comes to me, I'll definitely grab it. But right now, I just want to make sure that I have, because I'm still in school and things like that. I want to make sure I have something that I can depend on. So the job with the hours you put in is the money that you get back. But yeah, like I said, definitely in the future, I would love to stream full time. That would be amazing.
So in the future, you do see yourself still on Twitch. Like if I said 5 years down the line, you would still be streaming, you'd still be working towards more and more viewers, and hopefully, if it happens to be a job, then you would take that opportunity to take that on.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Very interesting. Before we get into the League of Legends, because I feel like there was a shift from RuneScape to League of Legends,
Mhm.
I think this is an important question that I kind of regret not asking my other guests that I've had on the show is, what did you want to be when you grow up? Because, some people do take this as a job, some people want to use this as an outlet to get a job one way or another. So, what did you want to be when you were like a little Jen? When you were like running around, I want to be a doctor or nurse or veterinarian or police
Yeah.
officer? Or,
I honestly, I still don't know. I think that's like a really hard thing now too, is a lot of people don't know what they want to be when they grow up. And I'm one of those people that when you talk to people like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, or high school, what do you want to be? Everyone has their dreams lined up. They know what they want to be. They know where they're going to school, things like that. I'm one of those people. I was just like, I have no idea. What am I gonna do? Like, I took an extra year in high school. I took a year off to work. I went to school, didn't work out. Like now here I am, round two. Like it. I honestly have no idea where my future is going. I'm in environmental studies right now. Like, if I guess if you ask me right now, like, because early I don't think I really had anything that I really had planned. Right now, I think I'm either into like a habitat rehabilitation kind of job, or I've just recently started looking into, I'm not even sure. I hope I don't say a really weird word here, but a naturopathic doctor, and they use like natural methods like herbs and things like that to help cure things. That's kind of something that I would look into as well. So as of right now, that's kind of what I'm thinking of. But
very interesting. It's a few questions there. So for the high school, you got to stay another year in high school. How you just is high school like a continuance? Because here you do high school and then you're out. It's not like you're I
oh
can go
yeah,
back. Did you just stay back a grade or did you how does that work really? Just so people that don't know or have a different schooling system understand what do you mean
right.
by
Yeah, so I'm from Canada. I know the difference in the States is quite a bit. I think I don't know if they got rid of it or not, but they used to have grade 13 mandatory here.
okay.
So I know when you say grade 10, grade 11, some people might laugh because that's a Canadian thing. But so there's the four grades in high school, grade 9 to grade 12. So
Hmm.
they used to have grade 13, which is mandatory because they felt like a lot of people don't really know what they want to do, or they just need that extra year to grow up a bit before they go to post-secondary, such as college and university. So then after that, they made it optional. You can take it if you want. You just pay for, some extra courses that you'll take, and you can stay back a year. So that's what I did. But I think recently they just completely got rid of it because a lot of people were signing up for it, but they didn't actually end up taking it. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Interesting. It'd be kind of weird going back to high school like the year after. It'd be like, oh, I graduated, but I can go back. It would be kind of weird. It's an odd thing.
Yeah, I guess I felt it was weird at first, but I mean, I was always in like the band, like the music, the symphonic bands, the jazz bands, things like that. So getting to do that again for a whole other year was like fantastic. I love music so much. And I took some extra courses again, like calculus, because everybody knows how crazy calculus can be. Took some extra science courses, took some extra math. So it kind of helped me, I guess, refresh my brain and just kind of think, okay, I like that science, I don't like that science, and I don't like that, so let's not continue that. Also gave me another year just to think about, okay, where do I want to go in university? I'm not ready yet to decide, like, holy moly.
I think that's a good idea, even though they got rid of it. I think it's a good idea because
Mm.
a lot of times in college still, people don't know what they're doing and they're taking a bunch of prereqs and then you run into that one college professor that really like ruins your day. They're like, you don't know what you're doing? How do you're
Mm-hmm.
wasting your
Yeah.
money and time, and then
Mm-hmm.
everybody turns around and they're like, I'm not wasting money, am I? Am I wasting my time? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then they end up, dropping out or leaving school. But it was interesting. I never knew that about the education system in Canada. I thought
Mm-hmm.
I knew it worked a little bit differently, but that's a neat idea.
Mm-hmm.
But so you are eco-friendly. Would you say you're like big for the environment? You said you want to do something natural with herb remedies. Is there background to that, or just you've always been eco-friendly, pet-friendly? I'm guessing you
Yeah, I
like
mean,
pets.
I obviously I love pets. I guess I don't know. I guess it just kind of hit me one day, like just thinking, like, the world's gonna run out soon. Like, I mean, eventually, maybe not soon. Like, I don't know. It's just, I guess, something about just taking care of things. I really like taking things that are like messy, which you guys can probably not believe me because my room, you guys always know on stream, it's a freaking mess. Other than my room, everything else, I love taking things that are dirty and just like cleaning it up. So I guess just me thinking like, like that lake over there is disgusting. Let's work on cleaning it up. Like after it's like nice and clean and beautiful, everything, I would just be like, ah, so amazing. Like I did that. I helped do that, like
Very
just
cool.
things that, and I've never really liked medicine. If I have a headache, I'll just suffer through it and either just sleep or whatever. I hate taking medicine unless I absolutely have to. But so I think that's where the natural remedies come in. I really like, I guess, just thinking, oh, like I have a sore muscle. Why don't I just stretch it and drink water, ice it, whatever, instead of, oh, let's pop an Advil. Like,
I think there's a lot of people like that. They don't want to. I think it's kind of almost like scary. They don't want to take a drug. You know, they're like, why do I
yeah,
need
I
this in my
don't.
body? There's no reason, blah blah. You know,
Yeah, I think the more in school too, I learned about, I guess, biology and microbiology and I guess medicine. I'm just like, oh, geez, I do not trust doctors much anymore with medication because there's been a lot of things in the past where they've kind of screwed up, and it's hurt a lot of people too. So
hey, it happens. I mean, trial and error, kind of
yeah,
maybe.
I mean, yeah, there's some things you can't avoid, but I mean, they save a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, but I just medicine's not for me.
Understandable, understandable. And for the music people, I think people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh, she plays an instrument. What did she play? She's in music. Is there an instrument you play now, or did you just play it in high school? What did you play in high school? Do you still play?"
So I started on alto saxophone, which is I guess it's not the top one, but the one below that. So it's got a higher pitch sound to it if you're not really sure. Usually it plays the melody, which is something like if you were to listen to a song, it would be like the song lyrics. That's kind of what an alto saxophone's like. And the tenor saxophone is kind of below that. Sometimes they play the melody, sometimes they play like the background beats, like the boom, 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 boom kind of thing. But yeah, so I played tenor saxophone a lot. I got into jazz band, ended up doing a bunch of solos. It was really fun and scary at the same time. And yeah, so I don't really play anything now. I wish I had a keyboard that I could play with. I ended up buying one from a yard sale, and my brother destroyed it. So that's the end of my keyboard. I'll have to save up for another one. But
Yeah.
other than that, I think in the future I'll probably do a lot of keyboard stuff on stream, so that'll be fun.
Very cool, very cool. So, yeah, how did you destroy it? I'm just out of
I have no
curiosity.
idea. It does not work anymore, and he was the last person to touch it. It's that brother sister thing. He touched it, it doesn't work. He broke
Good.
it.
Understandable. It's always the brother's fault, or brother or sister's fault.
Yes.
Here, yeah. All right, so back in the gaming, people are like, "This is gaming. What are you doing?" But all right, so back in the gaming, where was that shift? How did you go from RuneScape to League of Legends? Like that is a complete hop, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
completely different game, kind of setting. Uh, how did it happen?
Um, I guess I tried League while I was playing RuneScape, and I would play it off stream. And I guess there was kind of just a point where RuneScape didn't seem as exciting anymore as League because League is you're always in there, you're always, doing something action packed. You always gotta get those XP, gotta get that gold, gotta build those items, kill people, and RuneScape's like, oh, I killed another abyssal demon. I killed another one. It's kind of just like click and wait. I feel like I mean, RuneScape is fun. It's a really chill game. Like, it allowed me to meet a lot of new people streaming it because I was always reading my chat. There was always time to. And obviously, the switch to League, there's so many different streamers there. There's so many more people streaming. There's like, it's so much more, focus rather than on the chat, which I feel like hurt a lot of people because I was always used to streaming, talking to people, and then I've switched into a game where it requires a lot more attention, and I try and read the chat when I can, but sometimes it's too late, and yeah, I guess it's just something that I kind of just grew into. I mean, I tried it for a bit, and then I was thinking like, oh, this is like a lot of people don't like this anymore. Like maybe I should go back to RuneScape and do that, and I did that for a bit, and I guess it just like I was just kind of like I miss League. Like I'm kind of getting bored here. Like I love talking to everybody, but just I mean I'm looking for more things to click on here. And yeah, I guess League's just more entertaining. Like I'm having a hard time trying to keep calm on the game sometimes, but definitely getting a little bit better at it. Maybe some people will challenge me on that, but I feel like I am getting better.